Okay. And I need to go to Unfiltered News Current. Oh, it's not. It's not. Or it is. It's outlining it. Okay. Well, I'm already recording, even though I didn't ask for it. Okay. Thank you, Blueberry. I'm already on the air. Welcome to the Unfiltered News from the Reality Zone, where political correctness is never spoken here. Why would you have that crap going on? Okay. What's... Oh, we got an ad trying to get in there. Never mind the ad. It didn't make it. Here we go with the comic strip for this week. The troops come home, the troops go back. The troops come home, the troops go back. That's the Pentagon escalator, as you know it. What frickin' creatures they are. Alright. The referendum for Scotland's independence lost by 10% margin. That means it would have won if only a fraction more than 5% had voted the other way. Pro-independence supporters claim that there was fraud in counting the ballots. Don't you think? Infowars, September 19th. They deliberately... there's a video out there. This guy caught this lady dumping a bunch of ballots into the box that said no. And that was after the facts. That she just came in a bunch of ballots and just dumped them in there. That was before the counting. And just came in there and just dumped them in there. And said no. Wallace would be rolling in his grave today if he's seen that happen. He is rolling in his grave. Scotland should be independent. The Scots should be independent. They shouldn't be part of this crap that's going on with England and their money-grabbing money junkies that are going on out there. It makes me mad because I know they should have had their independence. Only because, 80% of them are on welfare from England. They should have separated from them. They got all those northern oil fields, and that would have paid for everybody. Everybody would have been paid from those northern oil fields of north of Scotland, where the British are taking them, because they're going to get 90% of that. Oh well. Money junkies, abomination. We have it all here in America. We know what abomination is about. It's an abomination and desolation. It's in the Bible. It talks about this Antichrist that would come up. And they're all falling in there with Israel. Israel. I want to point that out. ISIS, Ra, El. 3 gods that are out there. That's what Israel is all about. 3 gods. If you don't know that, you're not paying attention. You haven't done your occult studies and everything else that I have. And it makes me mad. Anyways, the referendum for Scotland independence lost by 10% margin. And that was all voter fraud. Voter fraud. Voter fraud. I have to repeat that several times just to give you a heads up. British leaders were panicked by the threat that the Scottish independence, because Scotland would have been able to keep 90% of the revenue from its huge oil reserves in the offshore North Sea oil fields. 90%. They would be able to pay all these people. Isn't that cuckoo? It should be. They would be able to pay all these welfarers off that were living on nothing anyways, like in the United States. And Washington blog, September 17th. Don't you know? A video. New study shows that artificial sweeteners such as aspartame, the poison that kills, and sucrose, another one, and saccharin can cause diabetes by changing the bacteria and the human digestive system. CBS News, September 19th. Don't take anything except pure sugar cane or less. Less. I can drink iced tea without sweetener. Can you? I can drink coffee without sweetener. Can you? Okay. Syria. As many as 50 children died of excruciating deaths after receiving tainted measles vaccines under the UN-sponsored program. And that doesn't only include, measles vaccines. That includes polio. That includes, can I go down the list? All these vaccines are being tainted. The flu vaccine is the worst you can take. You get Alzheimer's disease if you take the flu vaccine. So go ahead and take the flu vaccine if you want to be Alzheimer's and lose your life and memories and everything else. New York Times, September 18th. Afghanistan video. Government is broke despite the receiving over $500 billion from the U.S. over the past 3 years. Now is asking for an additional $537 million from the U.S. taxpayers. You and me. It probably will get it because otherwise 350,000 troops which are needed to prop up the regime will not be fed and will quit, leaving the American-based business interest without a protection. The U.S. has created a government there that the Afghanis cannot afford. Come to think of it, it has done the same thing in the U.S. This cannot end well. Fox News, September 17th. Don't you know what they're doing? They're taking money out of your pocket you don't have and giving it. Oh, God, this is so evil. This government needs to be nulled and void. And start over again with a constitutional government that the forefathers started. Really, it does. But, you don't know that because you're too stupefied. And if you do know it, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking to the choir then. Both the U.S. Senate and House approved Obama's request for $500 million to fund so-called moderate Syrian rebels. The Representative Dennis Kucinich prepared a list of 8 reasons Congress should have voted no. 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 Just say it to them real loud. No. It's a training device that I'm going through. When I do something wrong, they go, no. And that's the way it should be. It wakes you up going, I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing something wrong. Well, nobody's doing that to them with the big N-O. No. They include the likelihood of leading to another illegal war, a $5 trillion cost to U.S. taxpayers, you and me, and the deaths of more than 1 million innocent Iraqis. Huffington Post, September 17th. They need to go through this no training when they're doing something wrong. When the government does something wrong, we have to go no and do it loud and excruciating to them. So they'll go, what did I do? What did I do? You did that wrong. You did that procedure wrong. You did this wrong. This is an excellent training exercise for our government, and they need to go through it. They need to know when they say one thing and it's wrong, they should be told no. And that's why it helped me out. I'm working in a facility where I'm working on the ICBM, and this guy says when I did something wrong, he would yell that out, no. And I would stop and go, okay, what did I do wrong? You did this before you did that. And, it's an excellent training exercise. And if you use that in your training exercise, if you have to train somebody, that's the thing you should use. It's the no out loud. Loud. Just say no. And you're right. You stop and you think, what did I do wrong? And then he explains to you what you did wrong. It's awesome. I'm telling you, it's a great training exercise, psychological exercise, and you should all be using it in your work when you're training somebody. When they do something wrong while you're observing them, just yell that out. No. No. And it sticks in your head, and you don't do it again. I'm telling you. Okay. Pro-Russian separatists in eastern Ukraine have rejected a deal from the government that would allow limited self-rule for 3 years. The separatists will settle for nothing less than full independence from the Ukraine, and I don't blame them. I really don't. They know what's going on. They really do. AP, September 17th. And here's a related article. Video. Despite the ceasefire in Ukraine, people continue to be killed, and there is massive property damage, turning the area into a wasteland. Ukrainians and the separatists in the east are blaming each other for the truce violation, and killing more than 3,000 people have died. Well, of course, when you have Kiev running the whole thing, which is a U.S. government-funded government, just look at our government. It's the same thing. September 16th. Here's another one. Video. Ukrainian lawyer and former supporter of ousted President Viktor Yanukovych was put in a trash container by protesters who are angry over the civil war and bloodshed in their country. Reuters, September 16th. See what they did? We should be doing that to our own representatives and stuff. Just pick them up and throw them into a dumpster. There you go. That's tar and feather to me. We should be doing that to them. I mean, there should be hundreds of people out there just grabbing these criminals up and putting them in a dumpster. Black Start, remember that. It's coming. Anyways. Video. China. Government authorities are dismantling Christian churches and removing religious symbols from them. The official excuse is that the types of structures are not authorized, but is widely believed the reason is that the number of Christians is rapidly growing and soon may exceed the number of members of the Communist Party who are separatists. Like in our own government, separatists. They don't believe in religion. They don't believe in nothing. They believe in themselves as gods. There you go. CNN, September 16th. At the military equipment trade show in Tel Aviv, Israel is selling drones that it uses in the latest attacks on Gaza. The trade show is co-sponsored by the U.S. Embassy of an Israeli military contractors. 8 weeks ago, Unfiltered News published an analysis by economist Sha'ar Harir, who said that Israel attacks Gaza every 2 years, partly to increase its weapons sales at trade shows immediately following the attacks. Military equipment and trading generates more than $7 billion per year for Israel's economy. Hotz, September 16th. See how they're doing it? Israel is not your religious, whatever you believe in religion, it doesn't matter. These people are Satanists in their own way. Not the people, the government, the government, the government. I'll repeat this over and over again. It's not the Israeli people, it's the Israeli government. They are Satanists. They don't believe in Jesus. They threw him on the cross, like throwing him under the bus, and well, you just got to keep believing that, because the rabbis there, half of them are Antichrist, and the other half are Christ. They believe the Christian belief in their own way that he did come, and it's been over with for a long time. And there's no Christ coming again except for the second coming. And anyways, I don't want to go into that. It's too much, weight to drag. Okay, I want to get the information out. At a military equipped trade show in Tel Aviv, Israel is selling drones that it used in the latest attacks in Gaza. The trade show is co-sponsored by U.S. Embassy and Israel military contract. 8 weeks ago, Unfiltered News published an analysis by economist Sha'ar Harir, who said that Israel attacks Gaza every 2 weeks. I just read that, didn't I? Never mind. The White House announced that the U.S. will retaliate if Assad regime in Syria fires upon any U.S. planes that soon will be attacking targets inside Syria. That's insane. He has the right to defend his country, no matter what. Every country is. I mean, if Israel came over here and started bombing us, would you say it's okay? Oh, it's okay that they do it, but not okay if Assad does it. Bombing back at them. Okay. We are told the attacks will be aimed at ISIS terrorists, but in view of the well-known intent of the U.S. government to destroy Assad regime, it is not difficult to imagine that some of the attacks against ISIS will in reality be aimed at Syrian government. Should Syria attempt to defend itself by shooting U.S. planes carrying out those attacks, the U.S. military will respond with a major assault against Syrian government in the name of defending itself. What? What? And AP, September 16th. Isn't that madness? That's madness. We're working with madness, aren't we? Video. 43 reserve soldiers and officers from the Israeli Army top surveillance agency unit of 8,200 announced that, for moral reasons, they no longer will work against the Palestinians. Good for them. They say it's a blackmail operation and that the collected information is used to force innocent people to corroborate and spy. Israelis leaders are calling for harsh punishment of these refugees. September 16th. A related story with Ed Snowden accused the NSA of passing private communications of Americans to Israeli surveillance outfit Unit 8200. Snowden said that the inceptance from Americans whose relatives live in Israel or Palestine territories could become targets if the information revealed sexual orientation, infidelities, illness, or anything else that could be used to blackmail people in becoming corroborators. There you go. It's the government. It's the government. It's the government. Not the people of Israel. They're being the ones who are victimized by their governments. We are being victimized by our own government because we suck the dick of Israel. I hate to say that, but that's the truth. Anyways, AFP, September 17th. Okay, what's going on? Missouri, a Kansas City police officer tasered a 17-year-old boy, which sent him into a coma when the boy hit his face on the concrete. The boy hit his face on the concrete. Okay? The officer says the boy refused to roll down his window and refused to comply with orders to step out of the car. According to eyewitnesses and recording of the event, the boy was unable to roll down his window due to mechanical problems, whereupon the officer opened the door, tased him, pulled him out from the car, threw him onto the ground, and face forward. The Department of Justice is conducting an investigation due to the discrepancies between the police and witness account. Infowars, September 16th. This is what's happening in America. You have police who are sent by invitation to Israel, Mossads, to be trained to do exactly what this is. We're being turned into a police state. Don't you know? We're the new Indians. We're the new Indians to be rounded up and put on plantations or should I say, on Indian type places where we'll be gathered up and put in there and then sent in blankets with diseases to kill us all. Anyways, I'm not going on with that. You should know this, and I don't know why you don't. And we should be rioting in the streets over this. We should be rioting. This is, it makes me mad. It really does. A star. This means keep this for future reference because in the future you're going to be more of this. Nevada. The Reno Sparks Chiefs are asking Public Utility Commission to investigate the safety of smart meters. There have been multiple fires that are linked to the digital meters. Forensic experts for the city of Reno said that the data from his investigation of the fire that caused the death of a woman in July suggests that her smart meter caused the fire. The smart meters are killing you. They're putting them on there and they can set them off. Take back your power, September 16th. If you don't see what's coming down the pipe, you're not paying attention, are you? Really? Are you paying attention? Okay, video. 50 moderate Islamic commanders who oppose ISIS were killed in the explosion during a meeting to discuss their strategy to defeat ISIS. Alex Jones reports that ISIS is covertly controlled by the Saudis in the West. The implication of this is that those who want war in the Middle East for control of oil reserves and minerals and pipelines need an enemy like ISIS to provide and execute for their military presence. Moderates must be eliminated. There can't be nobody in between. It's got to be there or though. Infowars, September 15th. And I kind of agree with that because that's what's going on out there. Don't you know? I don't want page recovery. I just want to be able to move the page down. Okay, I'm having a issue here. It crashed my page because I'm doing this on Explorer 9, and I should never use this. I should use Firefox, and I'm not using it, so I can't page down right now. I'm gonna have to reboot the page, and that's gonna cause some problems. But I have to reboot the page. Oh look, Reality Zone is not responding. I guess why? Because it's on microshit. I shouldn't use microshit to do this. This is what's causing the problem. And you can see on there that it's trying to resolve the problem, which microshit never does, because they cut 1,200 people from their fucking servers, and I can't. Oh, look at this. Waiting for Reality Zone to come back up. Oh, we're going through the process. We gotta go through the internet process here. Waiting for realityzone.com. Okay, we're gonna sit here and watch microshit prove that they're a piece of shit. Look, oh my God, Internet Explorer cannot, you fucking dicks. And it's only because it's trash. I mean, Mike Gates is a piece of shit. He's out giving polio viruses to black people in Africa, which is wrong. And I have to put up with his crap because he's no longer involved in it, because he's a billionaire and doesn't have to be involved in it, and sucking the dicks on the elite, the 1%ers. He's there going, and him and his wife are both fucking eugenicists. They're taking away our lives, and it's good for them to take away our lives. It really is. Here, I'm going to have to tap on here again. I'm getting more crap from Michael shit. And this is what you get. This is what you want. This is what you get. This is what you want. This is what you get. I mean, I hate Michael's crap. This page cannot be displayed. Really? Let me do it again. I'll keep doing it until it works. I'll click several times to make it work. And it's getting me waiting for M1E in that. What the hell is M1E net? That's not what I'm looking for. See, they fuck up my entire conversation here. We are being invaded, and you don't even know it. This is an example right here. Right here. Cannot display the web page. Why? And they want me to... No, I'm not doing that, because that's not the problem. The problem is goddamn fucking microshit. Microshit is causing this problem. Why is microshit causing this problem? I don't know, but I can't get there from here. Microshit does not kill these fucking people out there trying to invade your system and everything, and I can't. That's it. That's the end of the news this week. I can't get beyond this page, and I'm sorry. This is not my fault. This is Michael's shit fault. And Bill Gates should be taken out and shot point blank in the forehead and his brain splattered all on the back wall and taken out. I'm sorry, Bill. I'm sorry. But you're an asshole. You're a fucking you're killing people. You're out there giving them flu viruses and everything else, and you let your fucking Microsoft crap go to hell. You should be, all because you're a billionaire, you shouldn't take your eye off the ball. But you did, because he's a geneticist. He's going to kill our people, and more people are going to die, and it's all because of him. That is the truth. I don't talk the truth offhand, but there it is. Why aren't you dead yet, Bill? Oh, that's right, you're sucking Satan's dick. That's why you're not dead yet. And I can't get back on here. And every time I click on to get on to the... I guess I'm going to have to redo the entire page over again. I have no idea why this is happening. I'm getting all types of fucking shit mail on my goddamn computer. I'm going to have to unplug it and plug it back in. God damn it, I can't even plug it back in. This is fucked up. I'm going to fuck this fucking... I keep getting this fucking same crap that I shouldn't be getting to begin with. It's pissing me off. It can't be displayed. They're cutting me off. That's it. I'm being cut off. This page cannot be displayed. Really? 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 You fucking cocksucking fucking NSA? They don't want you to know the truth. Apparently, they don't want you to know the truth. If they want you to know the truth, they allow this. But they're not allowing it. It's very fucked up. I'm going to post this so you can see what I'm going through here under the internet police force. Motherfuckers. God, they piss me off. I'm halfway through this thing. I'm almost to where I'm getting to the analysis, and there they go. They go off because what? I tell the truth. You can't tell the truth. You can't handle the truth. Really? Really? Okay, that's it. That's the news for this week because of the NSA. Thank you, NS Fuck Me's. Anyways, I got it back. Amazingly enough, I gotta go all the way down. They don't want you to know the truth. Okay, here we go. A U.S. appeals court has ruled that the Navy must stop spying on American citizens' computers, supposedly looking for child porn violation. Does anyone actually believe that the military is interested in enforcing pornography laws? Anyway, the court did not question that the claim, but ruled that the Posse Comitatus Act prohibits the military from enforcing civilian laws. That's all that matters. They can't do that anyway. ARS Technica, September 15. Researchers are hoping to release mini GM humans to be used in 2017 for drug trials and other experiments. The artificial humans will be the size of a smartphone microchip with simulated interacting organs. They were used to test toxicity response to substances to be absorbed by the intestinal tract or inhaled. The theory is that they will eliminate necessary use of laboratory animals. In part, that part sounds good, but we can't help but wonder where this technology could be leading intentionally or accidentally. Natural Society, September 13th. I'm just after what just happened. I don't disbelieve anything that they're up to. Richard Helms, a director of the CIA from 1966 to 73, was given a gentle slap on the wrist for lying to Congress when he testified that the CIA played no role in the military coup in Chile that ousted President Salvador Allende. It was learned later that CIA, under Helms' direction, orchestrated and funded the coup. Allende was a communist, and it was Helms' view that communist Chile would be a threat to the U.S. Therefore, Helms said that he was justified in lying to Congress because of national security. National security. Oh, what's this laboring under something you can't see no more? Really? I want to see the details. In recent years, the claim of national security has been made to government officials to conceal or lie about anything and everything without fear of being held responsible. Future of Freedom Foundation. The future of Freedom Foundation, September 13th. Here's a picture to look at. Camera on air show. Motorcycle coming up over the airplane. Okay, here's the analysis for this week. Video. Dr. Walter Simran, ND, says that the CDC has identified over 100 chemical toxins that routinely are found in human blood. Most of them are called non-persistent, which means they quickly neutralize or expelled from the body. However, they are replenished just as fast as they are expelled, which means our blood levels of these toxins always are persistently higher, even though the toxins always are persistently, even though they are called non-persistent. Dr. Kremlin believed that the toxins load is at the heart of most of the health problems of modern man. He recommends a home air filter, removing them from the home that put toxins into the air, making dietary changes and limiting toxic personal care. In addition, you should be aware of a product called EnviroShield, which contains a wide spectrum of herbal remedies. And you should get EnviroShield. EnviroShield. I have to repeat that. iHealth to post it September 18th. Another article to keep for future reference, because it's going to come up again. Global warmists are responding to planet continuing cooling trend by predicting that global warming will cause colder and snowier winters. Really? Really? They're going to come out and say this crap? They're actually going to come out and say this crap to you. It's crap. I'm telling you right now, there is no global warming. It's global cooling, and it's because the sun has went dormant. And okay, you just keep saying that to get your attacks out there. Oh wow, Gore, God, Gore, and Blood and Gore. Blood's the other guy that he's involved with. And it's this ironicness that there's such a thing as blood and gore. I couldn't believe this in a million years, but there's two people out there. One's called Blood, and it's his last name, and there's Gore, and they're both working on this global warming thing. Blood and gore. It's funny. If it wasn't so true, and it's happening. You read that correctly. They have invented a great explanation for this. They call it polar vortex. Melting ice on the polar caps caused by global warming will cause air currents to bring cold air from the poles to non-polar regions. It's an impressive theory except for two things. There is no evidence to support it. And the ice is not melting, it's growing. But that's okay. If the polar vortex is repeated in the media enough, people will think it's real. Gateway Pundit, September 17th. I sit back and laugh at. When I see that, when I'm watching mainstream media news, it's entertainment. And I'm sitting there when they're trying to push this stuff out there, I laugh at it and at the same time going, God, this is a good movie script. But people out there are believing this. They're believing what they're saying. And that's what pisses me off. They're believing it. If you believe that, I can sell you anything in the universe that doesn't exist many light years away, and you'll give me your first child and all your money and house and everything. It pisses me off. Who is behind ISIS beheadings? Here was an interesting probe into the suspicious circumstances surrounding a private intelligence group that, according to its own spokesman, had the latest beheading video before ISIS itself released it. Before ISIS itself released it. Before. It's staged. You're not seeing the entertainment on the TV yet, right? TV's an entertainment box. See network to understand. See network. Okay. This is the same group that previously released a forged Bin Laden video, which had this fat Bin Laden and all. It's entertainment. Entertainment. You're watching entertainment. Anything you see on the TV is entertainment. It's going to the theater, except it's in your home. It's going to the theater, and you're seeing it in your home. How many? I'm not going to keep repeating. Something is very fishy here. Well, of course, it's entertainment television. September 17th. InfoWars. Okay, video. Ben Swan investigates the amazing medical qualities of cannabis, including treatments for epilepsy, cancer, and Crohn's disease. He also explains why it's a good idea to remove criminal penalties for its use and a bad idea to have it production regulated by the government. Ben Swan, September 16th. Why? Because it directly affects the pharmaceuticals companies out there, the money junkies in that business. They know that marijuana can be grown in your backyard like your grass grows. And flowers and whatever else. And it can cure you, not treat. Not what they do treatments. They make these chemicals up and say, this is a treatment. This is a treatment for this. This is a treatment for that. They don't say a cure, do they? Do they ever say a cure? No. Why? Because in their eyes there is no cure, just a treatment. Marijuana is a cure. Other natural plants out there are a cure. They take it away and you don't have it anymore. It goes away. Oh well. Don't listen to me. I'm not pharmaceutical, and I'm not forcing you to go on TV and say, take this, take that. It will cure you. You notice that lately on the these commercials of all these like antipsychotic drugs and other things that they're promoting out there, that they have an ambulance chaser lawyer right afterwards going, if you took this drug, you had these side effects, you can be in this lawsuit. I mean, I've started noticing this, and I'm going, really? You can actually, take this drug that the pharmaceuticals are promoting out there, and then right afterwards see a commercial promoting that you have a lawsuit against them if you had side effects. And it should open up a volume of books about that. Okay, follow the money. Warhawks and military-industrial complex. Everything you were afraid to know about how wars are caused, expanded, prolonged by those who profit from it. New American, September 14th. And that's true. All wars are banker wars. And you should know that the bankers had their hands into the military-industrial complex. And they're all causing this. They want more money. And they're printing it out, nothing with the reserve. Okay. Video. James Colbert says that it's hypocritical for the U.S. to pretend to be a neutral observer that will save the world from ISIS when in fact the U.S. government built up ISIS. They trained these people to go against other countries out in the Middle East, and they got wise and they took the weapons they were given and turned them. And don't you know, Pentagon it's called blowback. Anyways, Pentagon documents show that in 2006, when ISIS was known as Al-Qaeda, the toilet, in Iraq, the Pentagon used the organization as a psyop device to make the threat seem more important than it was in order to justify the continuing intervention of Iraq. It appeared that they continued to play the role today, except now it is Syria. They're going after Syria. That guy has no criminal background or anything. He's the Saddam Hussein of today. I mean, his people love him, and they voted him back in. Enough said. Colbert Report, September 13. U.S. taxpayer funded $24 billion per year in grants for science experiments through the National Institute of Health. Isn't that nice? You may say, but the Constitution does not authorize levying taxes for science. Furthermore, what they call science may not be what you think. Grants are made without consideration of any benefit to the nation, such as studies and effects of alcohol consumption on monkeys and mice or sex life of the tsetse fly. Unfortunately, this massive waste has been going on for so long that's not even news. Western journalism posted September 13th. They're just wasting your money. I wish I could come up with an idea. I could be a millionaire too if I could come up with an idea for that. But I wouldn't do it because I'm not a crook like they are and getting kickbacks. There you go. Great photos for the week. Monks standing out on waterfalls. Click to enlarge. This is amazing. Amazing out there. And these are basically Buddhist priests that are out there. There's the humor for the week. Let's go through that. Here's another picture. Running of the bulls. There is bulldogs all running together. Funny. Okay, that's it. That's the news for this week. I hope you pay attention to the advertisement on the right. There's some on the left when you go there. I hope you read all this, buy this, support this man. G. Edward Griffin is the greatest person I think I've ever known as far as reading his books. He is great. He's on target. You should read his books. And it's amazing. Until next time, I hope you be good or you be good at it and have a wonderful day.